If you missed the video about how film works, we talked about how film captures full color by breaking it into its red, green, and blue components, and then recombining them to get the full color back. But most film won't develop straight into the image you captured, but rather an oddity that is the negative. Negative film develops into a mirror where the darks and lights are swapped and the colors are reversed. This creates what is essentially a mold to create additional positive prints from. Now the halide in the film only contains the information to make an image, and it'll develop into what we can imagine is an inverted grayscale image like this. But dyes are required to turn that information into an actual image. Now this is a little bit strange, but the layer that's sensitive to blue light actually contains a yellow dye. The green light sensitive layer contains a magenta dye, and the red light sensitive layer contains a cyan dye. To see the reason for this, let's take a quick look at some color theory. Now if you were like me, you probably learned in kindergarten that the primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. But this isn't a very useful set of primary colors. Now red, green, and blue on the other hand is how our eyes perceive color. And just like how film has red, green, and blue sensitive components, our eyes contain cone cells, some of which are sensitive to red light, others of which are sensitive to blue light, and the majority of which are sensitive to green light. This color system is known as RGB, or additive color. And if you plot out red, green, and blue on a color wheel, and mix the colors together to get their secondary colors of cyan, yellow, and magenta, you can see that just like the film layers and their dyes, yellow sits across from blue, magenta sits across from green, and cyan sits across from red. This effectively reverses the colors on the film negative. Now while negative film is used for its flexibility and accurate recreation of images, it's not the only kind of film out there. If you're looking for a specific feel and/or don't mind sacrificing a little bit of image quality, then there's always the option of reversal film, which develops straight into the image you captured, with no negative required.